What if the numbers in your bank account aren't really money? Not paper, not gold, just a promise. For thousands of years, governments have asked people to trust their currency, and every time people believed them, until the moment they didn't. Because history shows a pattern, money doesn't collapse slowly, it collapses suddenly, and when it does, the system doesn't fail everyone equally. Every state claims its money is secure. Every government convinces people that its promises will last. Yet history repeatedly proves otherwise. From Rome to revolutionary France, from the American Civil War to modern Lebanon, countless societies have woken up to find their savings evaporated, their wages devalued, and the system they trusted collapsing. Financial collapse is not an exception. It is a recurring reality of history. The real issue is not whether systems fail, but how you protect yourself when they do. One of humanity's greatest mistakes is believing money is permanent. We look at our bank accounts and national currencies and assume they are unchanging. But money is not solid rock. It is built integrally on trust. And trust can disappear overnight. That is why history is harsh, but also instructive. Every crisis reveals what truly preserves wealth and what quickly loses value. Those who emerge strongest from disasters are rarely the ones who trusted most, but the ones who questioned early. The Byzantine Empire is a powerful example. After the fall of Western Rome, this state survived for centuries, and its economy rested on the gold solidus. The coin was so trusted that merchants from Europe to Asia accepted it without hesitation. It was essentially the international currency of the medieval world. Yet the lesson of Rome's debasement of silver coinage was ignored. Over time, the Byzantines reduced the purity of their gold coins, mixing in cheaper metals. At first, no one noticed. Then confidence weakened. Once the currency that anchored trade lost credibility, economic stability vanished. What survived this collapse? Not government promises, not laws. Those who held real assets, gold or land, preserved their wealth, while others watched their money lose value. The lesson is clear. Governments cannot resist reducing the value of their currency. And when they do, real value moves toward assets that cannot be replicated. But not every crisis begins with monetary policy. Sometimes outside shocks shake the system. In the 14th century, the Black Death wiped out a massive portion of Europe's population. Cities emptied, production halted, and trade broke down. Yet a striking economic effect followed. As labor became scarce, its value increased. Survivors demanded higher wages, and those with liquidity were able to buy land and property cheaply. A similar pattern appeared during the COVID pandemic. Governments printed vast amounts of money, asset prices rose, and those with ready cash gained advantage. Crises always redistributes wealth. During the Renaissance, the powerful banks of Florence also collapsed. Massive loans to monarchs went unpaid, banks failed, deposits vanished, and economic activity stalled. This revealed a simple truth. Too big to fail does not exist. Financial institutions exist for profit, not protection. During the American Civil War, both the North and the South printed large amounts of money. Inflation followed. Confederate currency became nearly worthless. In that period, value was preserved not in paper, but in food, land, and gold. The assignat issued during the French Revolution met the same fate. Excessive printing drove prices upward. The currency lost value rapidly, and people struggled to buy basic necessities. Again, those holding tangible assets prevailed. The Asian financial crisis of 1997 showed a similar pattern. Currencies collapsed, debts became unpayable, and millions lost their jobs. Those relying solely on local currency suffered most, while those holding foreign currency or external assets fared better. Borrowing in another currency proved extremely dangerous. These events are not confined to the past. In 2019, banks in Lebanon froze deposits. The currency lost most of its value, and people could not access their savings. Many learned that money in a bank is effectively a loan you have given to the institution. History delivers the same message repeatedly. Paper money weakens, debt chains people, and systems often fail those who trust them most. So, what is the solution? There is no single answer. Sometimes gold, sometimes liquidity, sometimes real goods, or simply avoiding debt has protected people. The common element is not blind faith, but understanding real value. Collapse is not only tragedy, it can also be opportunity. For the unprepared, it is ruin, but for the prepared, it can be a new beginning. In times of crisis, those with cash acquire assets at low prices. Wealth does not come only from what you own, but from what you can produce. The baker, the craftsman, the farmer, and the trader endure in hard times. True security comes not from unlimited trust in institutions, but from real assets, real skills, and awareness that systems are fragile. Every crisis is ultimately a transfer, from the unprepared to the prepared. So the final question remains: when the system shakes, will you hold promises or something real? History may not repeat exactly, but it always punishes those who ignore it. If this gave you a new perspective, subscribe. The answers are hidden in the past, and together we will learn where to look.